Alright guys, so I just got from UPS my TeleGizmos telescope cover that I ordered from High Point Scientific. Talked to Dave over the phone. He took the order for me. Appreciate that, Dave. I was surprised how big the box was. I guess I just assumed folded up it wouldn't be this big, but it is approximately 15 3/4 by 16 1/4. As you can see, this comes in a large bag, almost like an oversized sandwich bag that seals together. Now this happens to be the T3R6. Now they're showing on here TGM-T3R6, but when you order them online or look at the website, I just see the T3R6. And again, this is the TeleGizmos, TeleGizmos. It's they call it the custom telescope cover. And what I want to use this for is my 130 GTX or my 92mm stowaway on either the 1600 mount or the Mach 2 mount. And I'll be using either the Eagle tripod predominantly with the Mach 2 or the 12-inch mount, a portable pure tripod that I can use either the 1600 on or the Mach 2. And here's some tags that are sewn into the binding here. And where would we be if we didn't have something that the attorneys recommended? Now this is their Series 365 telescope cover, which they state is 24/7, 365 days, full weather protection. That is not going to be my intent. What I want this cover for is if I'm setting up in the evening so that I can have it ready to go when I get up early in the morning, say 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. All I've got to do is take a cover off. It's already set up to the north. The scope's on there. All I've got to do is just pull it off and throw in an eyepiece. So that's the reason I want this. Or you're at a star party and you want to throw it on. You want to put it on during the day, or some weather starts to move in and you need to cover it up quick. That's my purpose. Definitely not for long term. And I would highly recommend, if you do use this for long term, you got to make sure you don't get condensation that can occur inside this cover. Also, do not turn the inner silver liner side out, reversing or inside out. This will damage the solar liner and void the warranty. Okay guys, this is something that I've already thought of, and I'll show you what I'm going to do even before I got this. If your scope mount setup has any sharp edges, for example a turret finder, it is best to pad these edges before installing the cover to avoid damage to the cover's inner radiant barrier liner. Nicks and scratches in the radiant barrier will not harm the cover's performance, but it's best to avoid these. And so again, even before I ordered this, one of my thoughts was this exact thing. Now if it was me, I don't have a towel rad, but I would just remove the towel rad. But in any event, I'll show you what I'm going to do to help hinder any damage to this cover. The cover has no maintenance requirements, and occasional cleaning, if needed, can be done with water and a mild soap solution. Do not use chemical solvents on your cover. That should go without saying. As to warranty, your Series 365 cover is warranted for 1 year from date of purchase, including all labor and material, continuous 24/7, 365 outside. Full weather exposure is covered in this warranty protection. Wow, that's pretty damn good. If your cover fails by either a manufacturing or material defect, TeleGizmo will repair or replace the cover during this warranty period. Proof of purchase is required. This warranty is fully transferable This warranty does not include coverage of normal wear and tear. Please note, there are inherent risks leaving any astronomical equipment outside, regardless the measures taken for protection. Always exercise the utmost care and caution. Again, as I stated, this is not something I would want to do. Short term, if I've got it set up, say there's a special event coming and maybe 3-4 days, but you definitely want to take that cover off during the day. Allow it to breathe, allow any moisture again to be dissipated. And so this is very good to have this warning put in here. And these covers are made in the United States. Here you see what they have available for EQ and Alt-Az mounted refractors. And the one I have is a T3R6. And here's some specs that they show on the 365 series covers, the specifications of the outer canvas, and then you can just pause the video. And then we have the inner radiant barrier and the specifications on it. So I thought we'd take a look at the seam area where the hem is here, and then the seam. This is the inside, and again they recommend it. I never would. I don't know why you'd want to turn this inside out. You want that silver side to stay in. Now over where your tags are, you do have at the base of this cover, it is hemmed, and it has an elastic draw cord, as you can see here, so that you can pull it tight at the bottom. Included, you will also get this accessory drawstring that you can use for securing the rest of the cover. Well, so far guys, I'm very impressed with the construction. Looks well built. Alright, here guys, we're looking at the very top, the longest length. So this would be the top of your telescope if you had it on there. And this is how this area looks. As you can see, they've got this wide band here that will take up for the width of your telescope. Now the approximate width of that, if we go from here to here, is 9.5 inches. That's the width of this, what I'm going to call like this band of where it's flat, that would go over the telescope, and then your sides come down like this. So measuring that is just, like I said, it's about 9.5 inches to give you an idea. As you can see, this is not a small cover. It's quite large. Now as you see my tape measure on the right side, which is the longest side, as I have it here, it's approximately, and it's kind of hard to do, but if we measure to the very top there, where it rounds out, we're right around 52 inches. Now where you see my tape measure on the left side of this frame, it's approximately 34 inches to the point where that's hitting at, which is right where that arc would be as it slopes from the top down, and then it starts to arch down. So again, these are just rough to give you kind of an idea. Now where the tape measure is down there by the base, we're talking approximately 5 foot. So here guys, you see the 12-inch ATS portable pier. Sitting on top of that is my Astrophysics 1600 mount, and on top of the mount is my Astrophysics 130 GTX. And you'll note that I do not have the counterweight on because when I do this, I'm going to have the counterweight off with the axis lock in both the RA and deck. It's not going anywhere, and the counterweight shaft goes on very quick. I have a system in which I can put my counterweights on in position rapidly from a known position. I'll do a video on that sometime. And you'll also see that the telescope, I have the dew shield extracted out the full length. Then I have the focuser racked out the full length. So when and I also have my top handle on the top of the telescope. Sometimes I leave it on, sometimes I don't. But this is how I'll balance the telescope on the deck axis. Then when I take the lens cover off, and then by the time I rack in, maybe put a diagonal eyepieces, whatever, it's pretty much balanced. I mean, you're not going to affect this big mount. So that's how I initially set it up, and that's how you see it here. And then this is how I'm going to cover it with that cover. Now I'm going to use my 1600 mount today for the demonstration with the 130 because I have a 175 f8 Astrophysics. I don't believe that cover's even going to work, so I'll have to do something different down the road with that. But so with my Mach 2 in the 130, I think this cover is going to be way big. But I think I can still use it. I'll just wrap it up more around. The way I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this today for this. So I may end up having to get another cover for that. I don't know, but we'll see. But so today I'm demonstrating this, how I'm going to do it, and I'm also going to do a test with some water. Now it's supposed to rain tonight. Don't know if I'm going to leave it out, but it's beautiful now. But they are expecting some rain, no storms, but rain tonight. But I am going to do here during the daylight a test with a garden hose, and we'll see what happens. Now one thing we have to do is take into account, are there any sharp edges? Down here really you don't have much of anything. Sometimes it gets windy out here where I live, well, quite a bit. And so if the cover were to be moving back and forth, you've got certain areas here, possibly, you know, just these little things here and up here, possibly, you know, maybe around here, that could possibly cause some issues. I don't know, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to handle that. So what I'm going to do is cover the telescope with this bath towel that I got from Walmart, just under $4. It's 30 inches by 54 inches long, and I'll just put that over the telescope tube, and that'll give a little bit of cushion to when the cover goes on. So here guys, you see the towel on the telescope tube, and I've just got those secured what would actually be a large twisty, and this is what I'm using. It's a gear tie, and it is made by Night Eyes. They have really excellent products. Anything I've ever bought from them, I've been very happy with. and this is their 24-inch. You get two of these. They're just a little over $6, and they've got a unique end to where that part you see on the left, once you wrap it around something, you can bring it inside this loop and secure it. And for the towel, it's very simple. It didn't need much more than that. And here you see it at the eyepiece end. As I looped it over, just bring it through and bring it down. Very simple. Now here's what I'm using to hold and tie down the base area. Another, again, night eyes. And these are a 6-pack, 32 inches long. And there's the number. And again, they work excellent. Here you see it wrapped around towards the center of the mount. And I used two of those 32-inch gear ties put together to accomplish that. So here you see a close-up, and all I did was just go around a couple times. That's not going to go anywhere. Now here's the side that I joined, and what I did is I came in off each end here 4 inches, put a 90-degree bend in it, then put both of them together, wrapped them around, and then just started looping them so that cannot come apart. So I've got to make up another one in which I use two 32-inch ties and one 18-inch tie. So I'm going to show you how I put these together. Basically, from the tip to the bend is approximately 4 inches. Then I'll just bend it back, bend that back, and then just twist around like this. And that's not going to go anywhere. So there it is, guys. It's wrapped up. Without that counterweight shaft, I get a tighter wrap around the mount. I can get it well below where the equatorial mount meets the tripod, so that any rain that would hit that would flow straight down and not come into any contact other than just the tripod, which is no issue. Alright, boys and girls, where would we be without a test of some type of inclement weather, such as rain? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my power washer here, and I'm going to use the adjustable tip on the 25-degree setting, so we can kind of see what this is like in a heavy rain. You're set up, and either during the day, rain's going to be coming in, you cover it up, turns out to be a heavy storm, how's it going to hold up? Same thing at night, like for my purpose. If I'm setting up during the evening, get up early in the morning, pull the cover off. If it's rained in the interim, how will this hold up? So let's see what happens. Now for this test, my camera is positioned approximately 5.5 feet from the telescope cover. Alright, so let's see how this held up. Okay guys, before I pull this cover, you know, water might, as you're pulling this off, water may drip onto the equipment as I'm pulling it off. So let's just take a quick look. Let's get underneath the cover. And let's see what we have here. Okay, I don't see absolutely no water. There's the top of the telescope tube. Here's the eyepiece end. And I'm glad that I did put the towel on just to give a little bit of extra protection to this cover here, to the insides and everything, just to keep anything that might be a little bit sharp or anything from damage. And absolutely no water's penetrated. Very happy. This should work out very nice. Alright, for the moment guys, I've got that cover draped over a ladder, a step stool, and what I'm going to do is come up with something that I can put the cover over, so while it's drying it will keep both the inside, if any moisture is built up, and the inside, and also allow the outside to dry along with the hemming and all that. So before I put it away, fold it up, you do want to make sure this is perfectly dry. So I'm kind of glad that it had the length it did with this cover, because with the 1600 mount being quite a bit taller than my Mach 2, it allowed the cover to come well below here so as to protect everything and keep it all completely dry. I may have to look at what I'm going to do when I have the Mach 2, may have to study that a little bit more. I actually didn't measure anything when I bought this. I looked online and said, yep, that's one I'll get. I didn't really do any measuring, so I may have to buy something smaller. That way I can also use it with the 92mm on the Mach 2. So hopefully guys this helped you out. Now it is supposed to rain here late tonight, I should say late this afternoon, early evening, and then throughout the night. But I wanted to do this test during the daytime so I could see how well it held up.